Our last lesson is on finding the average. An average, also called a mean, is the sum of items divided by the number of items summed. So we're going to do an example. Example number 5 is what I'm calling this one. So we have over here on the right hand side this time, there where I'm going to do the example, rather than on the left, we're going to do example number 5. So this is a word problem, so I'm going to start out first of all by outlining all of my tests. So I'm going to say that I have test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4, and test 5. So test number 1, we have a score of a 78. Test number 2, we have a score of an 80. Test number 3, we have a score of a 92. Test number 4, that score was a 46. And then test number 5 was a score of a 64. And so there we go. Now what we need to do is we need to sum these. So I'm going to say that our sum looks like, and I'm going to abbreviate this a little bit. I'm going to say that this is test 1, and then plus, and test 2, and then plus, and then I'm going to be a little bit lazy here. I'm going to say plus, and then I'm going to do a dot, 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 and then I'm going to get plus, and then I'm going to say test 5. And then I'm going to find out what that sum is. So I'll go ahead and I'll sum these up, 78 plus 80 plus 92 plus 46 plus 64, and a little bit of mathematical computation there shows us that that sum is 360. And then I'm going to write down here the average, and the way that we typically abbreviate the average is AVE, and we're going to say that is the sum. And we want to be sure to tell people what we're doing. So I'm going to tell them how I'm going to get that average. I'm going to sum by the number, and a number sign looks like this symbol that I just put in there. And so we can put the sum now because that is already written up there and everybody's clear on what number that represents. And then the 5, because we know there are 5 tests already, and then we put that in there. And then we can find the average. So 5 will go into 36 7 times, with of course 1 left over, and that 5 will go into 10 2 times. And so the average is 72. So I'm going to write down here the final answer. 72 is the average. Okay, and I'll box that to let everyone know that it's my final answer. And that's how we find an average. Now, it should be noted that averages aren't always a whole number. They don't have to be, but this very simple example, of course, gives us an average that is a whole number. All right, well, this concludes section 1.1. So next we'll be on to section 1.2. You should be able to complete all exercises in this section now. You'll find exercises on page 10, 11, and 12 of your book. See you soon for lesson 1.2s.